Hello again, everybody. The History Guy here. It's time for the next battle in Ultimate General Civil War on the Legendary campaign on the Union side. And we're going to go into Kettle Run today. And I have actually eliminated all of my infantry brigades other than these 5 core brigades, the ones that contain the units that I have named in honor of patrons. And just to give a quick shout out once again, very appreciative of all of you who have become a patron and support this channel as I continue to help it to grow and hopefully attract more and more people to the channel. So I just want to give a special shout out to Chris Graham, Michael Frazee, Avenir Dutch, and Jim O'Hare. You guys are the official sponsors of this channel. So those are the folks who are at the level on Patreon where they are considered to be the sponsors, and you can read all about that if you click on the link below. That'll take you over to that page. You can see how you can become part of that. Even at $1 a month, it gives you the opportunity to access polls that I do there on Patreon. You'll see some pictures and videos occasionally that I've started to post from things going on in my life, or even letting you know about things that are upcoming, things that I don't mention here on the YouTube channel. But that's enough about that. Let's get into the Battle of Kettle Run. Going to be outnumbered, as I often am, but by eliminating all of those other brigades, I've done 2 things. Number one is that it improves the average recruit in my force pool. You can see efficient up there in the right corner, efficiency 15, morale 17, stamina 13, firearms 18, and melee 12. All of those numbers were around 11 before I eliminated those brigades, most of whom were fairly new anyway. So what that does is it brings the scaling down, but it also improves the average recruit that I add to my army, which in the long run should bring costs down and give me better troops. So let's take a look at Kettle Run for just a minute, and I'm going to have to leave one of my, probably one of my batteries out. I don't know, maybe one of the infantry units, but if I do take out one of the infantry units, I'll be down to 7,000 men up against 1,100. Or 11,000, and so I'm going to be outnumbered no matter what, but that should work out okay for what I want to do here. I'm just curious, and I want to take a look at something real quick. We've got 11,659, so I want to see what happens if I add more troops and how the scaling will work for this. So if I add another 1,000 men, let's see how, like the rate that he's scaling at, just because I want to see if it closes that gap or if it makes it even worse. So I actually slightly closed the gap. So it seems like maybe it behooves me to go in with 2,000 in each one of these units because I think he's adding fewer than I am, which actually gives me the opportunity to inflict more casualties on him. And means he doesn't have quite the advantage on me that he does right now. Now, I've got a little bit of an issue here with finances. Just because I've been spending so much that I've run out of money. But I've got a ton of weapons available that I could sell if I need to. So let's take a look at where the situation, what it looks like now. Okay, so that took him up to 12,293. That actually did close the gap. So I think that's what we're going to go with. And we'll see how that works out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think we're going to go up the right side here because that should give me the high ground. And then I can actually be attacking down on him. At least it appears that way. Sometimes it's easier to get a better look at it going this way. Yeah, you can see up here the objective's downhill. So maybe if I get up on the hill and fight from up here, that gives me the best chance. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's dark. So let's get some skirmishers broken off here from every one of these units. One of the advantages to taking 10,000 or 2,000 man brigades. So I'm actually gonna keep a couple of them over here. Believe it or not, it's kind of hard to see a little bit. I'm in a fairly bright room with sunlight coming in, and I'm having a little trouble seeing the map right now, but that'll change as daylight breaks here on the battlefield. Now, I don't know what I'm going to run into or where I'm going to run into him. It's been a while since I fought this one. But you can see fairly even numbers. He's got a 2,400 man advantage, same number of guns. So I'm not too worried about the advantage, especially if I'm able to take the high ground and fight down on him. And I assume I'm going to have better weapons. I guess we'll see about that. Alright, so there's only an hour and 21 to go on this thing. I'm going to assume that it gives me more time than that because it's not even 5 in the morning. So I'm going to actually take my time on this while I get everybody into position. Let's go ahead and get these other skirmishers down there. And then once I get myself into position... Oh, hey, hello, skirmishers. So this is what I was hoping for, is that if I got into position, he would attack up the hill at me. Or at the very least, I'd be able to attack down the hill at him. Turn and face him, guys. Now we just take our time. So far, so good. He's letting me do this, basically firing on one brigade. Okay, now let's bring these skirmishers in from the side. Alright. I'm going to make a little more room so I can get the Wolverines in here. So far, so good. I've lost 53 men and inflicted nearly, well, about 650 casualties. Alright, we're going to start moving these guys up. I want to get in on this side, but I've got to deal with these skirmishers first. Oh, here it comes again. We'll just keep pressing in. Let's pull these guys back a little bit. Alright, I think we can sit tight here for a while. Let's look what the numbers look like now. So I've lost 214 men. I've inflicted almost 2,000 casualties. We'll take 10 to 1. Let's go ahead and we'll get those skirmishers reattached to their unit. Interesting choice by those skirmishers to charge at me. Now we get not only downhill, but we get to get into the woods too. Now I gotta be careful because he's starting to retreat this direction. Alright, I'm gonna pursue those guys till I eliminate them. And then we're going to start swinging around, see if we can't pin these guys over in the corner. Can really do some damage now. Only 7 minutes to go, but I'm quite sure it's going to let this one continue. It's only 6 in the morning. All right, let's hang tight right here. He's actually got a bit of a numerical advantage on me right now, but the good news is he's probably pretty broken, so whatever advantage he has is gone by the problem of his morale and his condition right now. Alright, we eliminated those skirmishers. Let's go grab these supplies. Alright, there we go. We grab those. I'm going to go ahead and park the skirmishers on the objective just because you never know what he might try to pull off and what he might have hiding somewhere that I haven't seen. I don't want to take any chances with that. So I've lost 324 men, inflicted almost 4,000 casualties. And now we can really light him up if I can get him pushed into a corner here. I'm going to bring Fighting Fins out around the outside because I don't want to give him an opportunity to swing around over here. Which is exactly what he might be trying to do right now. In fact, it might be a good opportunity to bring some skirmishers back around. Oh good, he's actually gonna come at me. Let's let him do that. Okay, their condition's good. I'm gonna run them over here. I'm going to bring some 24-pounders with me. Shift Carroll's Marauders over a little bit as well. As you can see, that's what I don't want him to do, is to get out around my side. So I need to extend this line back down here. So bring Ohio Outlaws, Princes of Wales down. That should allow Wolverines to come out and around as well. Get moving, Wolverines. So once again, I've got the high ground on him. Still, I've just lost about 400 men. I've taken out all 20 of his guns, or 24 of his guns, and he's lost about half his army. Definitely way easier than the early part of the Legendary campaign, that's for sure. Okay, now we've got to be careful here, because if I do try to swing around here, I'm going to be the one attacking up high ground. Alright, that's less than ideal right there. In fact, for now, I'm going to get these guys reattached. We're just about into the corner, though. Alright, let's speed things along, and I'll come back when we get them boxed in. Okay, we're just about there. I brought the fighting Finns out, just because they were kind of the odd man out when the line was advancing. So we've brought them around. I think I've got them pretty well boxed in now. And given enough time, we should be able to completely destroy his army here. We've got to push Forno out of the woods, which shouldn't be a big problem. Only problem with these 24-pounders is that I've had to constantly keep them moving, but they've still, between them, inflicted over 1,000 casualties. See if I can get the Wolverines down on Forno's flank. So now I'm going to take that. Maybe I've got to get the fighting Finns into the woods. Okay, Lawton's got nowhere to go. I want to get up on this hill. Alright, I've still only lost nearly 800 men now. He's down to just 5,000 left. And nowhere to go. Wow, that was brutal for Lawton. Alright, I think we can speed things up now. Oh, Lawton just disintegrated. He still had almost 1,000 men. Oh, wow. What's that put him down to now? Just 3,600 men in the field. They've got to be hiding down here in this corner. Yep, there they are. Got Jubal early, Isaac Trimble. actually not get too close. Let's bring up the 24 pounders. Alright, I think we're good right here. Drew Early's going to come at me. £24 will start firing here in a minute. Boom. There's another brigade. There's just 2 left. Boy, the numbers for my brigades in this battle are just going to be outstanding. There went another brigade. We're down to just Trimble now. Another couple volleys should do it for him. And that should do it for the battle. Well, that was about as complete a victory as I've ever had on Legendary. They actually surrendered. So there we have it, 974 casualties, a complete destruction of all nearly 13,000 men in the Confederate Army. Much better than 10-1. When I'm outnumbered and I'm playing on Legendary, wow, that is awesome. That worked out really well. That's a battlefield that really lends itself to being able to have some great success if you do it right. So grab some supplies. Captured a few guns, which is pretty disappointing to wipe out a 13,000-man army and come away with 1,000 captured guns. But hey, we got 3 new major generals out of the deal, so all of those brigadier generals have been promoted. Let's look at the numbers. Fighting Finns, the big ones for the day, almost 1,700 kills, 269 losses. Carol's Marauders, very similar. Wolverines, Princess of Wales, everybody with at least 1,200 plus kills. Ohio Outlaws only lost 89 men and inflicted 1,283 casualties. The 24 pounders between them, phenomenal. Man, just awesome all the way around. Really very little I can complain about in that one. I mean, there's probably little tiny things I could have done better. But honestly, man, I'll take that all the time. I want to think ahead for just a second before I get too far. I want to look at Second Bull Run and how big my army can be in this one. And it's hard to see the scaling just because that first day you're not facing the full Confederate Army. But I can take a relatively large force into that one. So I've got to think about additional points in army organization. The next point is going to get me, let's see, right now I can have 3 divisions in 3 corps, 5 brigades. So I can only have 15 brigades in each corps right now. Another point in army organization gets me to 4 divisions per corps. So that's actually going to be really, really helpful. That's going to get me up to that magic number of 20 divisions that I can, or 20 brigades I can put in a corps, which I think I'm going to need. So we'll put that point into army organization for now, though that doesn't help me for the next one. I did put a couple of points into medicine before that last battle. I want to start getting those units back without having to spend a lot for them. I've got plenty of men right now, and I'm not going to use all of them. So we'll get refit and ready to go. The next battle is going to be Thoroughfare Gap. Let's take a look for just a second at what I can take for that one. I can take 10 brigades into that one, so we can actually build this army up a little bit, which I'm going to need to do because I'm only at about 10,000 men right now. So let me know your thoughts, not only on the battle I just fought, but on the one to come. And use the comment section below for those things. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. I know that was a short one today, but some of these minor battles are. I felt it went pretty well. So thanks for watching, and we will see you again real soon.